Soft, melancholic piano music begins, reminiscent of a faded music box. A gentle, slightly accented voice begins. Oh, hello. It's difficult to begin, isn't it? Like attempting to capture smoke with bare hands. You see, people often ask me about standards, about what one expects from anything, really. And it's not about being demanding, although some might paint it that way. It's about an inherent discomfort with the subpar. It stems, I think, from growing up where even a chipped teacup held a certain reverence. Everything was precious because there was so little. A scarcity breeds respect, you see. But here, there is an abundance of carelessness. I'm Anya, by the way. It's a pleasure, though pleasure hardly seems the appropriate descriptor for what I am about to recount. My family, were from a small country, a place steeped in sorrow and resilience. We arrived to this nation with hopes as grand as the sky, believing in a world where craftsmanship mattered, where a promise meant something solid, and where a simple transaction wouldn't leave one feeling utterly, profoundly violated. We sought solace, a little escape, in Cannon Beach. It's utterly stunning, you know. The Haystack Rock, the gray sands as if the sea itself is whispering stories of centuries past. My parents, they dreamed of a weekend away, a chance to breathe, a moment of peace. So my mother, with the meticulousness that was her hallmark hand, bless her, she always researched everything landed upon the Hallmark Resort Spa, Cannon Beach. It sounded promising. A haven. Oh, how naive we were. From the very moment of booking, a disquiet began to settle. 4 months in advance, my mother, so diligently planned, secured a room. A small indulgence, truly. And then, 3 weeks later, without warning, a charge of $539.20 appeared on her bank statement. $539.20. It wasn't a small sum back home, and it wasn't small here. It felt like a phantom limb, this unagreed upon deduction, as if someone had reached into her carefully constructed world and simply taken. Can you imagine the sheer audacity? It's immoral, isn't it, to prey on someone's good faith, to exploit their trust. It's not merely about the money, it's about the principle. It's as if they were saying, your plans, your savings, your peace of mind, they mean nothing to us. It's a language I understood all too well from elsewhere, a language of silent theft. When my mother called, the response was glacial. A promise of a refund, perhaps, in 7 to 10 business days, maybe longer. Maybe longer. It's such a dismissive phrase, as if her time, her financial stability, were inconsequential. And the worst part, no email, no phone call, just an unprompted subtraction. The absolute lack of transparency. It's like walking in a maze of mirrors, endlessly lost with no exit in sight, and people screaming at you that you are imagining it. We should have heeded that first, chilling note. But no, we allowed optimism, a tragic flaw to cloud our judgment. We arrived on a day that was oppressive, not in a dramatic, storm-swept way, but a stifling, clinging humidity that settled over everything like a damp shroud. And the first thing that struck me, I am rather sensitive to such things, you see, was the absence of air conditioning. None. It felt almost cruel, a subtle form of discomfort inflicted upon unsuspecting guests. Now, I recognize that not every establishment can afford such luxuries. But at the price point they were demanding over $300 a night, it felt peculiar. A deliberate omission, as if they believed our comfort held no value. My mother, ever the pragmatist, simply sighed and pointed out the box fan in the corner. But even that pathetic, buzzing attempt at relief was coated in a layer of filth, a grime so thick it felt almost purposeful.
The businesses surrounding the Hallmark Resort Spa, Cannon Beach Well, let's just say they paint a rather disheartening picture. It's as if a pervasive cloud of disappointment hangs over every storefront, a quiet desperation clinging to each transaction. The overall feeling, you're paying a premium for less, a lot less. It feels like a carefully constructed illusion of coastal charm masking a lack of genuine care. Prepare yourself, this isn't going to be pretty. Let's start with places offering a little mental escape, the bookstores. These aren't havens of diverse thought, they're more like echo chambers, and not the friendly kind. They present themselves as places of literature, but appear to cater to a very specific worldview, leaving anyone seeking broader perspectives feeling excluded. It feels like they've built a fortress of opinions disguised as a quaint shop. Cannon Beach Book Co., for example, seems to be a particularly potent example of this. People mention a garbage selection, a leaning towards what one reviewer termed leftist nonsense. One person even lamented that their grandson couldn't find anything to read. Imagine a bookstore failing to capture the imagination of a child. It's a tragedy, really. Others describe it as overpriced and lacking variety. It's a place seemingly built on selective tastes and inflated prices. It feels like they are hiding something. Then we have the restaurants. Oh, the restaurants. They promise idyllic dining experiences with stunning views and deliver mediocrity dressed up with a hefty price tag. The Wayfarer Restaurant Lounge in particular is a source of much anguish. People celebrating milestone moments, engagements, anniversaries are routinely met with overcooked steak, shrunken salmon, and a distinct lack of attention from the staff. It's as if they're actively trying to ruin special occasions. One recent visitor, after sharing the news of their engagement, which notably, they didn't even ask for a special acknowledgement for, described the experience as disappointing. Disappointing, that's putting it mildly. Others complain of being ignored, of dirty utensils, and of baffling, unexplained charges on their bills. There's a pattern of nonchalant disregard, a feeling of being a nuisance rather than a valued customer. Then there is the particularly upsetting situation where a person with a service dog was openly scoffed at. The audacity. This isn't just poor service, it's a fundamental lack of respect. It's like they believe the view is the entire meal. If you are seeking caffeine, you are in for a treat of frustration. Insomnia Coffee Co. seems to operate on a schedule known only to itself, frequently being closed during posted hours or simply vanishing mid-afternoon. This isn't a matter of occasional staffing issues, it's a consistent pattern. Customers express irritation, stating they travel specifically for this coffee only to find the doors locked. The staff also appears to be unenthusiastic, to put it kindly. One reviewer described a scene of 5 employees, 3 of whom were hanging out while a line formed. And good luck finding a pastry, they're apparently gone by 9 a.m. It feels like a deliberate act of defiance, a refusal to actually serve customers. It is a sad and quiet struggle. Let's talk about retail therapy. Sesame Lilies presents itself as a charming boutique, but behind the pretty facade lies an atmosphere of condescension. Customers report feeling unwelcomed, ignored, and even judged by the staff. There are stories of being deliberately avoided, of a complete lack of greeting upon entering, and of a pervasive sense of elitism. One person specifically mentioned the unsettling presence of signs accusing customers of potential theft. It feels like they assume the worst in everyone. It is a place of judgment. If you're hoping for a glass of wine to soothe your vacation woes, prepare to be further disheartened.
The wine shack is plagued by accusations of rudeness and discrimination. Reports suggest that service is dependent on, well, who you are. There are concerns about racial bias, with one couple feeling deliberately overlooked. Others describe the owner as dismissive and unhelpful. And if you dare to ask about the wines, expect a curt response. The entire experience feels hostile. It feels like a carefully crafted experience of disrespect. And finally, a little self-care. Think again. Cannon Beach Spa seems to be a minefield of cancellations, miscommunications, and refunds gone awry. People report having appointments canceled last minute due to staff illness, only to be shortchanged on the refund. One customer spent weeks chasing a 15 difference. Others complain of rushed massages, inconsistent pricing, and a general lack of attention.
Script content, I was just looking into scams near Hallmark Resort Spa, Cannon Beach, and wow, it's sad. Tourists just want to enjoy their 2-week vacation, and then bam, they get tricked. That's not fair, So businesses near Hallmark Resort Spa, Cannon Beach, some of them, have card skimmers. One Dollar Tree in Woodburn not too far had one attached to their machine last September. People swiped their cards and poof, their info was stolen. Imagine buying some cheap candy or whatever, and then your bank account gets emptied. Like how? I bet those tourists just wanted snacks, and now they ray stuck calling their bank, crying, while the scammer probably bought something stupid with their money. And then, small stores here, they ray getting hit, too. The Oregon Attorney General said skimmers are popping up everywhere, especially in little shops and gas stations. So if you ray shopping near Hallmark Resort Spa, Cannon Beach, check the card reader, okay? Wiggle it. If it's loose, run. Because some poor family probably got their vacation fund stolen just trying to buy souvenirs. And the scammer, probably laughing somewhere, but karma's real, They LL get caught. Oh, and this one is scary. Some stores here have AI scams now. Someone walks in, pretends to be an employee, and tricks tourists into paying for fake stuff. Or they call, sound exactly like the store manager, and say, oh, your payment didn't go through, give me your card again. And then gone, just like that. Who even does that? I bet the victims stood there, confused, before realizing they got played. And the scammer, probably hiding behind some fake online account, but why ruin someone's trip? It's just sad, Hallmark Resort Spa, Cannon Beach is so pretty. The ocean, the little shops, but then people come here, trust a store, and get scammed. Can't we just have nice things? End script abruptly after last story.